Today, I'm sharing how to duplicate the look of Pottery Barn using thrift store finds to create beautiful, budget-friendly home decor that truly steals the spotlight. Hey there, welcome back to the Schwowin's Nest. My name is Sandra, and I'm so glad you're here. Let's start with this Lazy Susan. It has definitely seen better days, so it's getting a makeover to imitate this travertine marble Lazy Susan on clearance for $107 at Pottery Barn. Mine is wood, but I'm going to simply use paint to create the look of marble using a few different colors and brushes to get the texture I want. These pads on the bottom are really old, so removing them is the first step to reviving this Lazy Susan. If you've never used acetone to remove glue, you are in for a treat because you can actually see it bubbling up the glue and fabric, which is so fun to watch. It only takes a couple of minutes for the acetone to do its job, and you can repeat the process if there is still some residue hanging on. If you're not sure what acetone is, it's the base of nail polish remover without any extra water or conditioning properties in it. I get mine at my local dollar store, and it's not harmful to your hands, but it does have an odor that is quite strong. So just be aware of that if you try it. Acetone also dries very quickly, so if you need to work off anything like wood paint or stain, cover it with plastic to keep the moisture in. The Pottery Barn Lazy Susan had a dark wood bottom, so since this one is painted black, I'm going to cover it with Dixie Belle chocolate chalk paint and then add a walnut stain on top to make it look like wood again. With the rest of the piece, I'll paint it white first to freshen it up before I move on to the marbling portion. All fan brushes are the perfect size to get into tight spaces like this since they are flat. They also work well when dragging the brush to get a clean line. It's so much easier to paint when your brush does most of the work. I get the brushes from Amazon and they aren't expensive at all. I think I spent about $12 for 20 of them. They clean up great and they last a long time. I do have a couple of links in my Amazon store for brushes like these if you're interested. To get the color tone of the Pottery Barn Lazy Susan, I decided to go with Voodoo Gel Stain in Fireside Ash, which is from Dixie Belle. This color is a soft beige with warm tones, and putting it on top of the white lets the tone really pop. Instead of making it look like a marble piece, using a stipple brush added the look of wood grain. When you're duping a high-end look, it doesn't mean you have to do exactly what the decor looks like. You can just use it for inspiration and make it your own. This is what the marble looks like on the Pottery Barn piece. It's gorgeous, but once I did the wood grain look on my piece, I loved it just the same. The only thing I might do later is add some darker tones to give it more dimension. Let me know if you think I should do that or leave it just as it is. Next, I found this pair of birds for $4.49 and they are so sweet. I really love how they look right now, but someone added some pumpkin transfers to one of their wings and that just won't do. So I'm going to give them 2 coats of mushroom paint to give me a blank slate to start with. When I was doing my Christmas DIYs last year, I really liked the look of the bronze gilding wax I used on some of my decor. Now I want to start adding small pieces of that same color to my regular decor too. This project is inspired by these brass birds from Pottery Barn that are $116 on sale. Brass and gold are not really my favorite colors, so using the bronze wax will make them more my style. This is what I meant earlier about taking the inspiration from Pottery Barn, but making the color your own so it fits into what you like. That both coats of paint are dry, I'm going to seal it in with Dixie Belle Clear Coat in flat. This is going to prevent the paint from coming off when I apply the wax. To apply the wax, I sometimes use paper towel. Today I'm using a soft cotton cloth instead. I like to start with a light coat because you can add more color, but it's harder to take it away if it's too dark. You can also use a brush, but I find it's easier to use your fingers to apply this wax. Right now you can see some of the paint color coming through and the wax is showing the texture of the paintbrush. I'm okay with that, but I did want a darker finish on the birds so they would look more solid, but still show a little bit of the brush strokes. The Inspiration Brass birds had some texture to them as well. Here I started taking more of the wax on the cloth to give the birds a darker finish. When I started taking pictures of the birds to show all of you, I realized that I forgot to put their little eyes back in. So one of the pictures has no eyes and the other ones do. Check out this sweet candle and cloche set. It was $6.99, and although I'm not fond of the green glass, I couldn't pass it up. Funny story though, the first time I saw this at the thrift store, I did pass it up. I went back a few days later and it was still there, so I grabbed it quick and put it in my cart. For this project, I'm sort of combining 2 Pottery Barn decor pieces, a glass candle cloche and a stone look candle bowl. To camouflage the green glass, I'm starting with the mushroom paint again. 1 coat to start, and then I'll add baking soda to give it texture and apply it with a stippling brush. The jar had an old half-burned candle in it when I bought it, so I removed that and made my own candle using soy wax and a lemon essential oil. If you want to learn how to make your own candles, I'll place my candle making tutorial at the end of this video so you can check it out. I find using a round flat brush like this is the best way to get an even texture using baking soda. Just pouncing it on the jar makes the paint raise up a bit more than if you just brush it on. When this coat was fully dry, I used a paintbrush that already had some white paint on it. then stippled it very gently around the jar to give the stone look even more dimension. I don't have any footage of this, but I did take the candle cloche and put a little bit of the mushroom paint on the knob at the top. And once that was dry, I put on a coat of the gilding wax. I think it looks amazing. Before I go thrifting, I usually look at some of the high-end store websites like Pottery Barn to see if there is anything that I would like to have in my decor. Sometimes you get really lucky and find exactly what you want for a super low price. This is a perfect knockoff of the found Mezze trays that Pottery Barn has for $300 and up. Mine was $5.99. Sure, it's not exactly the same, but I don't mind that at all. After a good cleaning, all I have to do is condition it with some antique wax to give it a deeper color and some moisture where the wood is really dry. I'm using a paper towel to wipe on the wax and then wipe it back so there aren't any clumps of it on the piece. That can happen sometimes when you're going around the edges, so you just want to make sure you go over it a couple of times so there isn't anything that can come off on your hands. Wax usually takes at least 24 hours to cure, sometimes longer, but once this piece is all dry and cured, it will be ready for display. Pottery Barn always has some beautiful lanterns, and this one is a perfect example of what you can find at thrift shops for a fraction of the price of high-end stores. These lanterns at Pottery Barn start at $100 and go up to $300 from there. Mine was $7.99. It's the spitting image of the expensive one, and when I saw it, there was no doubt in my mind that I was bringing it home. All it needed was a good cleaning inside and out, and it's ready to be used in my decor. I love how weathered and old it looks too. It's so exciting when you find something at the thrift store that looks exactly like a high-end piece. Let's take a look at the Pottery Barn pieces and compare them to mine. Let me know what you think. These Pottery Barn dupes were so quick and easy, and they sure do steal the spotlight in my home. Thanks so much for joining me today, and if you liked this video, here's another that you might like too, along with my DIY candle tutorial. Bye for now.